Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A lot of developments on the Ukraine front, and the most important one that I will mention and will discuss in this video is the Russians preparing another offensive in Kherson, using about 300 boats to cross the Dnipro River. That's one. I think that's the most important here. Another piece of news here is obviously the Russian missile and drone attack on Ukraine overnight from the 4th to the 5th of December 2024. Another one, the Russians are advancing in Chasiv Yar downtown or center, while the Ukrainian troops supposedly regained positions near Toretsk, and I will show you somewhere else. Then we have Kadyrov, the Chechen warlord. Two things. Grozny was attacked by drones, and Kadyrov claims, okay, the Ukrainians, I'm gonna you up. Now, that's what he says. But the main news regarding Kadyrov is that he says he's gonna use the Ukrainian POWs as human shields. What are you gonna do about that one? I know it's illegal, but hey, in self-defense, what do? Why don't you ask Israel? All right, let's start with the first article. The new voice of Ukraine. Russia launched 2 Iskander missiles and 44 drones at Ukraine. All right, let's see how many were lost in space. It says that the Ukrainian air defense units downed 30. So down 30 UAVs across multiple oblasts, including Kiev and Kharkiv. The Iskander M shot at Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. They were launched, the 44 Shahed drones were launched from Oriol and Kursk. So let's see where all these things are. This is Pokrovsk here, but we're going to go straight to Ukraine map. So we have Oriol and Kursk. This is where they launched these 44 drones and the Iskander missiles. This at Kiev, and then they will say, I tell you, Nikolaev and Dnipropetrovsk. Dnipropetrovsk was the one attacked with the Iskander M, and then Nikolaev and Kiev were attacked with the drones. And Kharkiv is and Odessa. There is Odessa in here. Kharkov is right here. Kind of strange all this, but nevertheless. It says the military reported 12 drones lost from radar and 1 leaving Ukrainian airspace towards Belarus. So we have, they said 44, right, launched, and they said they downed 30. 30 with 12, right, is what? 42 plus 1, 43. That means 1 drone, Russian drone, according to these guys, was just flying around somewhere. Because 1 went to Belarus, 12 were just, I don't know, disappeared because of the electronic warfare systems, and the other 30 were just shut down. Do you believe that? I don't. Why do I say this? It's a war. You remember, the first victim of a war is the truth. Ukrinform. So the Ukrainians shot down 30 Russian drones and another 12 lost in the field, and 1 fled to Belarus. And this is the evidence. You can count all of those. Those are 30, guarantee you. They are the ones that were shot down. All right, let's go to the new voice of Ukraine. Russian forces advance in Central Chasiv Yar. Ukrainian troops, according to these guys, regained positions near Toretsk and Velyka Novosilka. So where is Chasiv Yar? So the Russians, according to these guys, the Ukrainians, reached the center of Chasiv or Chasiv Yar. So this is in Donetsk People's Republic or Donetsk Oblast. And that is by Bakhmut, west of Bakhmut. All right, so this is right here. So this is Artemovsk or Bakhmut. This is Chasiv Yar. So the Russians, according to the Ukrainians, reached the center of the town. And they said the Ukrainians advanced towards Toretsk. Toretsk is in this area, right here. So south, directly south of Chasiv Yar is Toretsk. And if you go south than that, you go to Donetsk right here. So it's in a straight line. Why? Because we have this map. And this shows us right here, Chasiv Yar, Toretsk, Donetsk. So it's in between. Here is Toretsk. So again, we're going to go to the Russian map. And on the big scheme of things, the Russians advance here in center of Chasiv Yar. The other guys supposedly regained positions a little bit south of that. And we have the other Novorosilka Palabalaka. This is right here by the Zaporozhye Oblast, Donetsk Oblast, and they are talking about Velyka Novosilka. Now remember, this is the Russian name of this town. The Ukrainians call it Velyka Novosilka. And this guy's Velyka Novosilka. So this is where the Ukrainians claim they push down towards Vuhledar right here. This is also reported that the Russians are advancing here, and obviously regarding or around Kurakovo towards Pokrovsk, which is, I think, doomed right here. Right here. All right, let's go to the next article, which is the most important one, I think, in this video, Ukrinform, which including Kadyrov's things. Russians have gathered 300 boats to cross Dnipro River. RMA says attack on Kherson possible. So where is this Kherson? The Kherson is by the Crimean Peninsula. This is Kherson right here. And this is the Dnipro River flowing like Chipichika-Pakamaka-Tsaka-Pakarakafaka and go right here in the Black Sea. So this is Kherson. This is the demarcation between Zaporozhye Oblast and the Kherson Oblast. This is the Dnipro River. Remember, Novoya Kakhovka, or right here is the dam that Zelensky told us that the Russians blew up. So this is dry land here. And obviously the Dnipro River is flowing here. So according to these guys, the Russians prepared 300 boats to cross from here to here. All right, let's see what these guys are, the details. The Russian army is planning to launch another offensive on Kherson, as it already gathered 300 boats to cross the Dnipro River. This is according to the Ukrainians. Russia wants to launch another offensive here, he said. I thought the Russians don't have any more resources. He said, adding that the Russian army had gathered 300 boats to cross the Dnipro River. Not 301, not 299. No, that's it. So this guy also said that since mid-July, Russians have attacked Kherson and neighboring villages along the west bank of the Dnipro River with small drones more than 9,500 times, killing pop. So the FT suggests that the new offensive on Kherson would be an even bigger size against the backdrop of Russian advances in Donetsk region. So it's going to be bigger size. All right, who knows? We'll see. Donetsk region, as the city was the first regional center to be captured by the occupiers after the start of the full-scale invasion. So, as Ukrinform reported, the liberation of Kherson took place in November 11, 2022. So, the Ukrainians pushed back the Russians, right? So, let's go back to this one. So, the Russians came here to Kherson, which is across from the Dnipro River, right there, and then they were pushed back. I remember that one, I covered it. And then the Ukrainians claimed that they cross in here, right here, and they had a little, where is it? We're in this area, exactly. In this area, which they also claim by this map, which is Russian map, claim that the Ukrainians are on the other side of the Dnipro River. They will be pushed back, remember, 300 Spartans. Now, let's see what Kadyrov has to say. This comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. Kadyrov accuses Ukraine of attack on Grozny. This is Kadyrov, the Chechen warlord, however we want to call him, leader, let's put him this way, because he's in charge. Ramzan Kadyrov, the Kremlin-backed leader of Chechnya, accused Kiev of launching a drone strike on a special police forces regiment in Grozny. In a statement to Russian media made on December 4th, Kadyrov claimed that a Ukrainian drone, A-1, Ukrainian drone allegedly targeted the center of Grozny, hitting the roof of a special police forces regiment building named after Ahmad Kadyrov, Kadyrov's father. He alleged that civilians were affected by the attack but did not specify the number of casualties, 3,000. Okay, now, if you would say that, why would you say that's a lie? All right, so what's going on here? All right, so is it true? I like how the Ukrainians remembered how to report. Alleged, reported, claimed. When it's about the Ukrainians, they all, we did this happened. The Russians blew up the Novokakhovka dam. That's a statement. Not, they don't allege. No. military spokesman of the Ukrainian Air Forces or whatever, military, whatever general, oh, he claims that, yeah, they did it. Or let's say Zelensky Stein, the big liar. It's not that he claims, that's a fact. All right, let's see what's going on over here. It says that Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Central of the Counteracting Disinformation at Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, noted that the Diaghilevo airbase is one of the key strategic aviation bases for Russia. So they say, yeah, we do this probably, but we're not going to say it. Maybe we're going to find out. Earlier, media reported explosions near Diaghilevo in Russia's Ryazan Oblast. All right, that's a different one. Let's see what Mr. Kadyrov has to say. Ukrainska Pravda. Chechen leader threatens to use Ukrainian POWs as human shields against drones. Here is again Kadyrov. So he has visited Ukrainian prisoners of war and threatened to use them as human shields against drones attacking the Republic. What do you think? All right, a video of Kadyrov pop. The room where he making took place. During the conversation, the Chechen proposed to place the prisoners of war, and I'm quoting, at the facilities that were photographed by American satellites. Put them all on the roof. Let them guard our territories and give them good weapons. I know. Kadyrov is also making a lot of jokes, but you don't know when he's joking and when he's not, because he's capable of many things. So, Ramzan Kadyrov also said that Ukrainian prisoners of war were allegedly being, and I'm quoting, hidden so that they would not be attacked. In another video published by Russian media, Kadyrov suggested that one of the prisoners shot himself, and when he said he wanted to leave, Kadyrov asked, why? War is about killing. You went out to kill, to die, end quote. So, I'm not backing Kadyrov or anything, but when I see these volunteers going to Ukraine to fight the Russians, why do you think they go over there? To kill the Russians. So when they get, captured or something like this, what would you tell that guy? You are a mommy boy, here is a little doll, you can play with her. It's not inflatable, by the way. But anyway, so is he going to do it? Do you think he could? I think he could. I think, and again, Kadyrov admitted that a drone attacked the city of Grozny, and we'll see. We'll see. Human shields on top of the roofs? What would you do? That's a crime, isn't it, by the Geneva Convention? Well, ask the Israelis. They will tell you what you can do. No, what they can do in self-defense. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can do that as well. Why? Some people are... Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.